Okay, part two. So anyway, I'm ranting, I'm raving with this woman, and I know the woman I'm talking to. I like her. We get along. I get along with my benefits coordinator too. In the office, we're like joking around and talking and stuff. I'm like, what is going on here? So anyway, I'm talking on the phone with her. I'm like, look, at the end of the day, this is what it's about. I need to know what is going on with my file. I said, can somebody else pull my file and tell me what is going on? Because I don't even want to talk to her. I don't want to be put to her voicemail, I don't even want to talk to her. Pull my file. So she pulls my file. The information she has is like so old. I'm like, so is she not posting updated information? Because that's not even where we left off, okay? I'm like losing my mind, okay? So anyway, we move on. We're going back and forth, and she's telling me, I don't know why she's not calling you back. And I told her, I said, look, I don't know if this is your home girl, your best friend. She goes, no, ma'am, she's not. No, ma'am, she's. I said, I don't know who she is to you, but I'm telling you, she is ruining the reputation of that office, because when I researched this surgeon, he is so highly respected in that state. He was featured in magazines. It's like, if you want to have bariatric surgery done in this state, you need to, go to this surgeon. I said, she is about to ruin the reputation for this office. And yeah, you guys your jobs are on the line in here, and don't be covering for her. You need to find out what the problem is and get somebody on my case, because I'm about to take my business elsewhere. So anyway, I'm, going, and I'm elevated now because I'm pissed off and so much has gone on. But, I'm definitely giving her the tone and the impression this is serious, and I am frustrated. But, I'm like, whatever. So anyway, check this out. Y'all, so much is going on. I only have 8 more minutes to finish telling y'all the rest of the story. Okay, so check it out. So I called my insurance company. They let me know, look, because I called my insurance company after I hung up with them, because she couldn't give me any more new information. She's really handling your account. She's going to have to be the one to get back to you. So I called my insurance company. They're like, well, so you need to tell me your surgeon's office is not getting back to you. They're not communicating with you what the status is and all this stuff, because typically that's who you would be getting the information from. I'm like, I'm having such a hard time getting through to my benefits coordinator. I have had to call you guys to get information. That's how I found out I was denied, not through my surgeon's office, through you guys. So she's digging through my account, and she just, to her, this is like perplexing. And these are the people going to do your surgery, and I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Do I really want that? And I said to her, do I really want these people to do my surgery? And so let me tell you, I was so blessed with this rep, because I have dealt with 4 or 5 reps, so they've all been helpful. But by far, this rep got me. She was patient. She dug for the information I was looking for, and I could get the feeling that she was giving me some of that side information. You know what I'm talking about. It's not like, okay, straight black and white, this is what our company says. She was trying to go around and give me a little help, give me a little information. But one of the things she told me, which I did not know, was she said, look, you need to call your doctor's office back, and you need to let them know that you are requesting a call back from your physician, your surgeon, within 72 hours. She goes, that is your right. That is your right. And he is legally obligated to return the phone call within 72 hours. And I said, you're kidding me. She's like, no, that's your right. And I said, but I didn't know that. If that was the case, I would have called the doctor's office and asked for that a long time ago. So my question to you guys, and I am so sorry I'm yelling. I hope y'all don't have to turn the volume down on your computers. But really, how many of you knew that you could call your physician's office and say that I request a call back from my physician within 72 hours, and know that that is your legal right? And please, I don't want any fronters. Don't front on me. Don't front on me. Like, yeah, I knew it, but you really didn't. I only want to hear from the people who really knew. Did you know that? Because that was completely new information for me today. And I thanked her profusely for that. Thank you for telling me that. And don't you know, I hung up with her and called my surgeon's office and I said, hello. And she knew who it was and I knew who would answer the phone. I said, look, I said, I am formally, this is how I said it, I'm formally requesting a callback from Dr. So-and-so, and I know that it's my right to receive a callback from him within 72 hours. I said, so I'm documenting that I'm making this request, and honey, I would expect that you would do the same. So if you want to document it, feel free to document that I made this request right now. And she goes, okay, thank you. So we hang up. Hello. 10 minutes later, guess who I got a call from? Not the surgeon, the benefits coordinator. She calls me and she's like, Mrs. So-and-so, please, because as soon as she got on the phone with me, I said, look, I have an issue with dealing with you. Let me tell you where I am right now. I just went off, and not screaming and yelling, but my voice was elevated, harsh tones. And I said, look, I have a hard time with the fact that you are not even returning a phone call to me. I can't get a phone call. I said, I had to find out on my own whether or not I was approved or denied for the surgery. I said, you are giving that office a bad reputation. And I told her, don't take that personally. Take it professionally, because I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know what's going on in that office. But if you are that swamped that you are missing deadlines and you are not returning phone calls of your patients, then something is amiss in your office, and Dr. So-and-so needs to be aware of it, and you need to do something about it. You need to acknowledge that for yourself. And after I had gone on this whole little diatribe about that, she said, you're absolutely right. Oh my goodness. And then I was like caught off guard. I was like, oh, I am? She said, you're absolutely right. We know about it. The whole office knows about it. Dr. So-and-so knows about it. But they're like, a surgery center that's attached to a hospital. So to get approval for all kinds of stuff, they have to go through the big hospital for that. And the hospital's been slow in responding to it. She's like, we have weekly staff meetings. This is one of the things that keeps coming up. But I told her, I said, I'm done. I'm done with your office. Even if you guys have to handle the appeal, I don't even want to go through the appeal now, because I am done with your office. And I told her, because of you, I'm done with the office. I have lost confidence in your ability to handle my paperwork, meet deadlines. I'm done. I'm done. I said, the insurance company is already submitting information to me, and they have already told me, take that information and go to another doctor. I talked to my husband, and my husband said, honey, take it to another doctor, but guess what? We going after them to get our money back. Because as I told you guys in a previous video, I've paid them $750 for the program fee. And my thing is, if I go to another surgeon and that surgeon says, you got to pay another program fee here for XYZ, then we're like, okay, you missed the deadline. You missed the deadline for the peer-to-peer that had the opportunity to get this overturned. And let me tell you the huge caveat here, guys. In the information that Aetna gave me over the phone, because this woman was so eager. Let me read to you what your file says. You have every right to know. I can tell you this because it's your file. They've got my height wrong. And your height is in direct correlation with your weight that affects your BMI. And they're telling me my BMI has not been consistent for 2 years. They've got my height at 5'10". I'm like 5'9" to 5'9.5". And I don't fault even because we don't know exactly where it came from. Is it my bariatric surgeon or is it my primary care physician? But either way, and I was telling the benefits coordinator this, I said, either way, had you reviewed my file and gotten back to me, we could have found that out. Y'all could have done the peer-to-peer and said, hey, that's nullified because this chick is not 5'10". She's 5'9", or she's 5'9.5". Now, I don't know how much that affects things, but we can start fighting here and playing the game. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to have to do a third video, but the third one will not be 10 minutes. I promise you guys. All right, I promise.